All right, this is only going to be 30 seconds, so I'm not going to stay out long, but I figure I'd post this anyway because it is going to take time to dry. And just in case I pass out and don't do it tonight, which I probably won't do it till tomorrow, realistically. Ain't happening tonight. I'm done. But I did a quick just paint job on it. So, what's going on, Douglas? So, I don't know if you can see what it looks like, but yeah, it's all done. So it's gonna look crazy when I put the sand in there and I turn this thing on. So, so thanks, Gabriel. Yeah, I'm glad it's all done. Took a while. I don't know how it looks on camera, but in person it actually looks quite interesting. It looks like this intricate mess of, but gravity works one way. Everything that goes up must go down. So no matter what, it's gonna look cool. Like I used to watch The Price is Right in that Plinko game where they drop the puck down all those little nails and it just bounces around and looks cool doing it. So I incorporated a little subject of everything and we'll get to test that out. I don't know why I painted that red and green. Do not know why. I just had those colors there, so so I did that. But thank you, Jack. So yeah, it was fun. If I would spend more time, I would like go into detail and paint all the rocks. But I literally just gave it some color for a quick. Yeah, Christmas colors. It is early, perfect. Even though normally people don't want green on their corals in their tank because it looks like algae, but yeah, I did some green, some pink, some purple, some browns, and a little bit of everything. But yeah, I'm so excited to finally put water in this thing. It looks crazy. I probably should put this on a lower table because I can barely reach in here as it is. But I figured I'd give you guys a top-down view. So, of course, I didn't figure out to use the lazy Susan until like after 6 days of using this thing and running around the table and everything. I'm like, oh man, there's such an easier way to do this. but but it was fun. Working with that putty is really fun. I learned a big lesson when you're mixing that stuff. Instead of trying to glob it up and mash it together, your best bet is just to keep folding it. Fold it, dip it in some powder, fold it some more, dip it in some powder, fold it, and just keep doing that repeatedly. That way it doesn't stick to your gloves and you don't get this big gumball mess. Um, it's like making dough. If you've made dough before, it's like that, and you don't start kneading it until like after it's completely mixed. But there you guys go. Just thought I'd show you that, and if I could, I would start filling up with sand now, but I'm gonna let this dry and then I have to paint it with another coating just to make sure it's all legit and the fish don't pick off any of the paint. So it is acrylic paint, and I'll put on a clear coat. But man, I can't wait to fill this up with water and put stuff in it. It looks so crazy. And here comes Bentley. He says it's dinner time. He knows that I haven't stopped for yet, but yeah, so now I'm gonna flip that bad boy over after I spray it, and I'll let it dry. I'll put all the plumbing in there and let it dry overnight, so I can do it in the morning. Gabriel, the sand that I'm gonna use is the same sand that's in my tank. It's a black and white sand. I've been wanting to get rid of it for a long time because I don't think big tanks should have sand, especially one that's 30 inches deep. It's almost impossible for me, and anytime something drops in there, it gets lost in the sand. So I'd rather have a bare bottom and have it completely covered with rock nems or something. But I definitely am just tired of the sand blowing around. But yeah, the fox face spits it all over the place in the other tank. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna actually suck it out of the predator tank where the fox face is. But yeah, that was so much fun. This is what I do at nighttime. This thing is so cool. Once that sand is dripping, it's gonna look so ridiculous. And then I'll glue a couple corals on the outside here so it can just grow in place. And I try to make it look like rocks and stuff, but you could spend all day and cut that out of foam and you could shape stuff, and I found the best way though was the clay. I really liked mixing it up. If you take the clay and shape it, just know that you're going to dirty up the clay. I was wrapping it in shrink wrap because I'm cheap as hell, and I wanted to save the clay, so I would keep wrapping in saran wrap every time I would mold something, and then it just became such a hassle. I was like, you know what? I'll dirty up the clay. I think I'll go to the dollar store get some clay. I'm sure they sell clay at the dollar store. But so yeah, that was my expensive modeling clay. That's why I didn't want to use it for like this stuff. But yeah, if you mold it and then put the stuff on, you can spread this thin. I mean, you can spread this like super super thin, like, you know, eighth of an inch thick, and then just coat something. So if you already have the shape, but you can see here, I did this with a PVC pipe. I cut it in half on the bandsaw, and then I just heated up with a heat gun, and then I bent that PVC pipe. So I was gonna change this to make it a little different, so it looked more natural rocks, just like cascading, and but I'll do that for another one. When I do a planted aquarium, I'll go for a natural look, but I figured this can look like a pinball machine for now. I just wanted to see what kind of angles I needed to get sufficient flow and removing the sand. So if you have an open top and you're just dropping sand back down, it's really easy to do. But I have, like I said, 8 million twists and turns. So we may just get like a giant mound of sand up here until that pile gets so high that it just tips over and then runs down in one big landslide. And then that landslide could mess up and come all the way down here because it doesn't flow right. But that's the whole point of making this up and doing it as we go. I have no idea what's going to happen, and that's the whole fun really of it. It's a project. We'll share it. I'm sure somebody will try their own, but this stuff feels like it's bulletproof. It hardens so freaking hard, which is awesome. You can cast anything, shape stuff. Anytime you make something, it feels so much better than buying it. They do sell pre-made underwater sand waterfalls. So if anybody's interested in just a small tank and wants one, I can send you one. That's not a problem. So once you see this in action, we can set you up with your very own. But feel free to message me, say something at the moment, because I'm going to sign off. Gabriel, if you're still there, who knows what will happen. If I'm up late tonight, if you're a night owl, let me know, because you never know with me if I pass out early or I'll stay up late and work through the night. It really just depends. If I find a good movie to watch, I'm passing out early. If nothing's on TV, I'll be working. Oh, that's cool. So, all right, Gabriel, you can help me. Come on over. Yeah, this thing's going to look sick in the water. So, all right. I hope you guys are getting tired of looking at this thing by now. But at least you have a full view of all the craziness before we turn that pump on. But it's going to be so interesting. Yeah, playing with the tanks is nice. I need to do that. I was supposed to change all my RODI filters today, but I have to train people how to do that, and there's a special process I have. So I don't just let people go on their own. But, yep. So I have a couple videos, actually. I haven't edited yet. I really wish I could just hire someone just to do all my video editing and make videos. But we'll get there. We'll definitely get there. So, alright guys, I'm going to sign off for now. But, Click Clacks Reef. Oh my gosh, what's going on? I'm glad you made it to say hello. I'll show you this real quick before I sign off. This is my masterpiece. Go check it up right now. There's like 5 million on YouTube. Type in underwater waterfall, and I want to say Aqua Pros. If anyone's familiar with Aqua Pros, that dude made us an awesome underwater waterfall. So he's a professional. Check him out. He makes sick freshwater tanks. So now that we have the store opening, we are doing a lot more freshwater stuff. So, but all right, guys. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for later on tonight, and maybe I'll have some sand in here. If not, I'll see you tomorrow.